I'm storyteller and author Pleasant Despain, and you have a wonderful imagination. Welcome to Pleasant Journeys. My story for today is called Reynard and the Fisherman, and it's from France. It's found in my Books of Nine Lives series, Volume 1, Tales of Tricksters. Let's begin. Monsieur Reynard the fox, oh, he was a clever one, and he wandered down to the river toward early evening. He wanted fish for his supper, but Reynard, of course, was the tricky one. He never worked for his meals, and there was an old fisherman who was just leaving the river, and he had his pole and his worms, and he had fat fish, about 6 of them, hanging off his belt. Oh, thought Reynard, there's my dinner tonight. And the fisherman, he went up to his cart, which was pulled by an old horse named Gigi, and he put his gear and the worms in the back of the cart, and the fish as well. And then he climbed up into the seat, and he said, let's go, Gigi, giddy up. I want to get home before dark. Reynard followed them, but not behind. He stayed beside that slow-moving cart, hidden just off the road, there in all the trees and bushes. He couldn't be seen, and then he moved a little faster and faster, and before long he was far enough ahead of the cart and the horse to enact his plan. The fox lay down in the middle of the road with his eyes closed, his mouth open, and his feet pointing up to the sky. What's this? As Gigi got closer and closer, well, the horse just stopped and wouldn't move. Now keep going, Gigi. What's wrong? And finally, the old fisherman climbed down off of his seat and walked into front of the horse and saw the fox and said, that tricky fox is dead. Oh, what a fortunate day. Oh, now my chickens will be safe. And his red fur, that has real value. Oh, it will bring me lots of money. Oh, good. He picked up the fox and dumped him into the cart right beside those fat fish. And then the old man climbed back up into his seat, and he and Gigi continued on home. Reynard opened his eyes and his mouth and enjoyed the first of those fat fish. And the fisherman, well, he was thinking about his good fortune and just started talking out loud. Now let's see, that red fur will bring me enough to buy a cow. Yes, that's what I'll do. And the cow will have a calf, and I'll be twice as rich. And I'll sell them both. And then with that money, I'll buy a small flock of sheep, and they'll all have lambs. And while he was thinking this through, Reynard enjoyed another fat fish. Now, if I sell all those lambs and the sheep, I'll have enough to buy a much bigger house than I live in now, and I'll turn it into an inn. Oh, and so many people will come and enjoy and spend money. And Reynard ate another fish. And, well, then I will sell that and buy the biggest store in town. Everyone shops. Oh, and they'll spend so much money, I'll become so rich. And Reynard kept eating the fish. And then Well, with that much money, I'll be as rich as the king. So I will. I'll have a magnificent house, as big as a castle built, and I'll have 100 servants and maybe 50 cooks to make wonderful meals, and I'll be eating all of that great food off of gold and silver plates. Reynard ate the last of the fish, and then he stood up in the back of the cart and he said, "Wow. Well, Mr. Fisherman, since I've helped you become so rich, I trust you'll invite me to one of your many feasts." And the fisherman turned around and looked at the fox and said, but you're dead." "Oh," said Reynard, "I'm so sorry to hear that. My poor old mother will be so sad. I should go home and tell her now." He jumped out of the cart and started running into the woods, and the fisherman yelled, "Stop! Thief! You're a thief! You're stealing my castle and all my servants." The fox just yelled back, "And I thought I was just stealing your fish." Reynard ran on home with a full belly to his den and had a wonderful sleep that night. Well, there ends my story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a like. Leave a comment. I'll be happy to respond. And down below, and subscribe too, please. Let's keep this channel going. Down below, you'll see my website, and all my books have a direct link to Amazon.com. There are so many stories yet to tell. Another story to tell next week.